Okay, so interestingly, I've just turned up in Llangollen, and I'm actually just looking at Hillman Imps. Now, this is a really peculiar British car which hardly anyone has seen, and this is even a rarer version. This is the comma van version of the Imp, which is incredible. Very, very rare. Rear engined, of course, and it's a 1000cc sort of tilted aluminum or aluminium with the radiator at the front. They were based on a race version of an engine, which is a Coventry Climax, which meant the Imp was actually a pretty fast little car for what it was. Really tunable. As a van, well, the engine is here in the back, like a VW Combi almost. So they didn't really take off. They were kind of rare. They were rare even when they were new. This is like a 66 one, 1966. I think it's the first panelled Imp van I've ever seen. They didn't last long. They weren't that popular. It was kind of really unusual. But there's a whole field of Hillman Imps at the station. They never made a convertible one, but they do look good like it. That's the very sporty version of it, which is the Sunbeam Stiletto, two-door coupe. These little things are about 11 feet-ish, I think, long. So a little bit longer than a Mini. Kind of cool. So here's the problem with the coupe, I'll show you, right? So you're looking at the back here. There is some storage space at the front, like a Tesla, if you want to think of it like that. But if I was standing in, I'll show you where you put your shopping in, right? So the little boot space here for you to do your shopping is here, see? Just in there. So you could do your little shopping, open the window, in through like a little hatchback. Revolutionary idea at the time. Obviously took off a lot later. You imagine if they pushed the boot back a bit and they could have had a little hatchback, it would have been amazing, right? Very attractive looking little cars. Kind of cool, man. I always had a real soft spot for them. But they have a huge problem. Engine-wise, they're not the most reliable thing in the universe. But the biggest problem is the water pipes that stretch all the way from the back of that engine, well, the front of that engine, all the way through to the front of the car. And they corrode, and they break, and the engine overheats. Then you've got to get a new engine, and that's the biggest problem with them. That was what really killed off the Imp. That and the fact that they lived in Linwood in Scotland, and it was a brand new production facility. So it was really expensive, they cost a lot of money, and they were shipping cars and parts and bodies all over the country, and it just didn't work out. It was a good idea, you know, about taking a grant to get people more employment in Scotland, and a huge government grant to kick it off. But unfortunately, it was just too much. It put the company really on edge, and they just couldn't compete with Mini, who were just pumping out heaps of cars. I mean, the Mini was the most popular thing around. And this, I mean, it's cute, it's tiny, it's fun. Is it as good as a Mini? I don't know. I mean, I like them, but would you buy this over a Mini? Pop down and answer me in the questions if you would. These did some incredible things. Unbelievably, one of these actually had a Cannonball Run record back in '64. Unknowingly, they just did a reliability test, and in fact, it actually beat a Cannonball Run record at the same point in time. Incredible, right? That's a really nice one. Look at that. It's a styling like I understand doesn't agree with everyone, but I really like them. I think they're a really cool little car. That's lovely. There's room and space in your garage for one. Apparently these things are an absolute hoot to drive. I haven't driven one for years and years and years, but they are absolutely beautiful. So yeah, a little bit of a history for you on the Hillman Imp, and I hope you all enjoyed kind of seeing one.